Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Point with the Blood and Titanium DLC. As we ended in the last video, we're going to be jumping in to the mission for Synedrian, dealing with some of the imposters and thieves that they have, trying to steal their technology. Who knows, that could be us later on in this game. We're going to go straight in and start this special mission. So we did read this before, we're just going to go in and start mission. I have gone through and renamed some of our soldiers because we are naming people after viewers of this series. Now I'm hoping not to go through too many soldiers in this playthrough, fingers crossed. But if you would like to appear in one of these, by all means just leave some details in the comments. Forgive me if you don't get picked. It depends how many people want to be in and how many soldiers we see. But at the moment, we've got 5 people here named after viewers. We've also got a few people who we need to give a bit of training to. So on our heavy, we could go for Brawler or Reckless. So I don't think we really want to go for Reckless. I mean, there are some nice things that you get on this line, but I think now that the Brawler would be more useful for us. So let's just go ahead and pick that up. And then we have our Sniper. Now we can either reduce our Overwatch cost by an action point, or we could give the... See, that +2 speed is useful. For me, I think... I mean, Overwatch is nice, but it's not like you can really do too much with the Sniper at this stage in terms of Overwatch. Reducing it to 2 points still doesn't mean that I can shoot and then Overwatch. So I think that extra 2 speed is going to be really useful for him, and you know, it's not impossible for him to throw a grenade. He does carry a grenade, and we could actually put a couple of points in to his speed just to sort of get him moving a little bit more. We should probably also consider doing that with our heavy, and also if we do it, we could have just gone back the other way there. That would have been a lot easier. Give a little bit more strength to our technician here. And then she may be able to carry a little bit more. At least give her a med kit, even though she can't carry the turret right now. Okay, that's fine. And you can see I've also just messed around with the armor colors and things, just to make everybody stand out a little bit more on the battlefield. And all of our assaults basically have the same color. You are now showing that some weapons are not fully loaded. That is going to be your defender. We don't have spare ammo for it. That is the problem. Yeah, we've got a real issue there. Let's go ahead and take that off you for now. And we'll give you... Do we even have a spare... Do we have a spare gun for you? We've got to. We've got to have a spare gun. We do not have a spare gun. Okay, in that case, we'll just have to deal with it. You'll just have to take what you've got. And when we come back, if we don't have a spare weapon, we'll have to build a spare assault rifle. But now that we've combined the 2 partial magazines, we will be able to go in with a full magazine. We just won't be able to reload. Now, this is something that we're actually looking on changing, because it is something that a lot of people find frustrating. And, you know, we agree that it isn't always quite obvious and straightforward when you are sort of out of ammunition and when you have partial magazines. So we're looking at ways of reworking that so that there's a little bit less micromanagement when it comes to dealing with partially full magazines. Okay, so into the mission. We start off, we can't see anybody yet. Let's have a look at the map. Okay, so we've got 2 fairly sizable buildings on either side. And that's... oh, no, well, those buildings are beyond the boundary of the map. So we've just got 2 big buildings, one on either side. Multiple floors. But we can't see anybody yet. So, let us just start by moving forwards. Now, there isn't a huge amount of cover on some of these maps. Well, there is, but it's kind of a bit further forward. So let's try and get everybody into a covered position. Holographic like things here are not that useful as cover. Trees
moving now
are okay, but they're not great. I don't know. Let's keep moving forward there. There is some partial cover there. No doubt we'll get lots of people taking shots at us. Again, I want to try and keep the technician fairly safe, if possible. Our heavy's still not exactly rapid. Let's move him up anyway. Now our sniper. Our sniper needs to be in a fairly decent position. I'm playing it risky here because I'm not really putting people into cover, but again, remember, everything that's between you and the shooter is still cover. It can still be hit. And let's just move up a little bit with the technician. I don't want the technician doing too much simply because she doesn't have that much ammo. And it'd be nice for her to get a little bit of experience. Okay, so we're going to start seeing where the enemies are. We've got a couple in this building. We can hear them going through doors. We can potentially see one here.
What's our plan?
But not quite. Let's move you over there. Interesting that we still don't have a line of sight. You must be that far away. Let's get you focused on that door. That is pretty much the extent of your range. Now, if I put my sniper here, you're actually in full cover from that direction, so we could definitely have an overwatch there. Let's get it on the right floor. Narrow it down. Face at the door. And let's concentrate on getting some people a little further forward. We will still move up with the technician. Try and keep everybody in cover as much as possible. Although the cover options aren't fantastic at this end of the map. Let's hope there's not too many people in this building. And we still have our heavy. Let's run you around this way. We might be able to sort of sneak in and do some damage. Let's end the turn there and see if they step out. Yep, there we go. Our assault takes the shot first. And that's what I was saying about cover. You see, this thing got in the way. Our heavy takes a hit, but that's not too bad. These laser pistols hurt. Because they get lots of shots. I still don't think these guys are anywhere near as tough as the new Jericho ones. Now you're going upstairs. And we've got somebody else upstairs there as well. Okay. So we've got a few people that we need to deal with. So you are indoors. Let's go ahead and use our heavy.
Taking aim.
Oh, we could potentially try and hit you from there. Although I think, to be honest, that's going to miss. And you're behind the wall, so I can't hit you without stepping out. So let's go ahead and move somewhere more interesting than where we are now. We really do want to be able to get you. Probably... Oh, I don't know. It's always tricky, these decisions. Right, let's see if we can get rid of you first. Our sniper didn't actually fire. So, sniper person. You do have a relatively good chance to hit here, so let's take it. Well, it was decent. It was a hit. And let's go and see if we can get into a better position with this assault. There aren't any great options, and you're the one assault that doesn't have dash. Let's move you around to this direction, just so you've got a better line of sight.
Ready to fire.
Well, it's going to be tricky. There's a lot of them not in the crosshairs. That bleed should be enough to kill them off at the end of the turn, so I'm not overly concerned about that. So let's go and start moving forwards with some of these other assaults. So the question is now, can I use this assault and the heavy to get rid of this guy? If we can, that's fantastic. Let's go and move you inside the building. Already alerted, so knows we're here. So I'm going to aim about here. I could aim for the head, but then there's a lot of space around the outside where we could miss. But if I aim for the torso and go just a little bit higher, there's still a good chance we can get some headshots. Again, not as much damage as I would have liked to have done.
I'm here.
Now, if we move here with the heavy, we might be able to get a shot. It's always risky firing this cannon this close to the wall. But in this instance, it was well worth it. Always satisfying when that happens. So the bleed should finish you off. We know we've got somebody else upstairs. We've still got our technician, who I'm actually going to bring inside. So we've got somebody directly above us. That's fine. Let's go ahead and just... who do we have? We have you. You could potentially overwatch. Though I'm not necessarily sure what you can see. But let's aim up here. Just in case somebody sticks their head out of one of these doors and you get a chance to hit them. Right, end the turn there. You die from the bleed damage. As expected. And you've now dropped downstairs. But you're right next to my technician. No, you've dropped down onto that level. Now you're dropping down again. Right, okay. So you are right next to my technician. Now, I don't think my technician can finish them off in a single shot, even with a hit to the face. It still takes us... Well, there's only one action point to fire the PDW. So, we could potentially do this. So we'll go for headshots. And let's just go again. And, well, let's finish them off. There we go. Excellent. That might even be the map cleared. No, it is not. There's at least one more left. So let's start thinking about where we're going to move these people. So we have taken some damage onto our heavy. Don't know where the others are yet, so we've got to be careful here. Right, we've got one upstairs over here. And it's good that we know where you are. Now, the sniper might still have a line of sight there.
Right there.
Although probably better to bring him forward a little. So we'll go in Overwatch. We'll reduce the width of the cone, but we'll sort of watch the roof there. Now, there are ladders, so let's go ahead and get our assaults in position. And just in case he decides he's going to go and drop off the roof, let's go ahead and have some overwatches going on there. That is at least partial cover, so hopefully we're not going to shoot our own heavy. Stranger things have happened. Right, let's end that turn. That may be the last enemy. Right, what are you going to do? You are taking a shot at one of my assaults. Do not appreciate. Damaged my weapon. And you missed with that shot. You do not get another. Okay. I mean, we could go up there with the heavy. Because the problem that we've got right now is we can't actually see them. So that is our major issue. And I really don't want to move my heavy up there and get instantly destroyed. We could try and throw a grenade up there. We've definitely got the reach.
Moving now.
Let's run forward with you. Let's go ahead and select our grenade. And we should be able to... Yep. And now he falls down, which is brilliant, because that removes a lot of his armor and also makes him a lot easier to hit. Now then, unfortunately, our heavy doesn't have a good line of sight on him from there. Do we still have anybody indoors? We do not. So we want to get people in a position where they could shoot him if he comes out of there.
Heading out.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Oh, you're in there. I'd forgotten about you, almost. Do you have a line of sight on him? Yes, you do. Oh, even better. Well, you would do if you weren't stuck behind the scenery here. You don't quite have the angle that you need. However, I'm going to risk this because he does have reduced armor. I'm going to run out in front of him. This should be a guaranteed kill. And it is. Excellent. There we go. So that's the Synedrium mission finished. We did take some casualties. We took some damage. Got a couple of injuries, but no deaths. And we get a level up for one of our assaults. Two of our assaults. Okay.
Hi there. My name is Athena, and I'd like to thank you on behalf of Synedrion as a whole. You know, Outsiders sometimes think of Synedrian as a bunch of naive, helpless people living in a big bubble. And I know we can appear that way. But the truth is, we're more like a powder keg. Trying to build a truly democratic society without hierarchies involves a lot of arguing. The terraformers want one thing, the polyphonic tendency another. Zara clashes with Nikolai, Stas tries to keep everyone calm. Every haven has a totally different set of priorities, and then something like this happens. I'm being honest about our flaws, because I think, crazily enough, the whole thing works. We've built something remarkable, given everything we've been through, and the Phoenix Project could help us really make a difference on this wretched planet. Think about it, please. We have a lot in common, and here's your payment. We believe in people being rewarded for their labor.
So we could pass up the reward in favour for a little bit more reputation with Synedrian, or we'll just take it. So 200
You're
tech.
welcome. I hope we can work together again.
Yes, yes. So there we go. 200 tech, and their attitude increases by +2. Replenish soldiers. We need to build a grenade. We probably need to get some more going on. So what we're going to do now, we're going to return back to our base, I think. Yeah, we'll return back to our base. Because we need to do some manufacturing here. So, we are working on a grenade. We probably want to work on at least one more. And let's get an assault rifle. And we've got plenty of magazines in. So we'll get an assault rifle for our technician. And then we'll put a few more grenades in there, because grenades are just really useful. In the meantime, we will run the clock so that people can heal up. And also, we'll go into personnel. We'll just have a quick look at these training upgrades here for our 2 assaults. So you've already got dash, so we can give you return fire, which I think is really worthwhile having. It is very strong. And you now get dash. Excellent. Research, we're still working on a few different things there. That's fine. So let's go ahead and run the clock again. Obviously, people are recovering their stamina as well. Right, how are we doing on manufacturing here? We are still 15 hours to get that rifle. Might be worth doing that. In the meantime, we will go and we will search out some of these. I'm not going to do the New Jericho mission just yet. We'll get a few more skill ups before we do that. The Phoenix Archives. After recovering the base and analysing the databanks that have been left functional, it is clear that Phoenix Point is now the only operating Phoenix base. There may be other bases out there, but we will need to find them and bring them back online. There is no sign of Randolph Symes III, but he has left something potentially useful for us.
Randolph Symes was the last leader of the Phoenix Project. His great-grandfather had been there when it was founded, and he was there to witness its end. When we took back Phoenix Point, we found his notes. In his final days, as the world collapsed around him, he had been working frantically to understand the Pandoravirus. Somewhere in the complicated history of the project, in decades of missions and investigations, there had to be an answer. His notes were damaged, too many of the files corrupted, but perhaps if we could retrace his steps, we could figure out where his journey had taken him and what the answers he had discovered would mean for us.
Okay, so now we have ourselves a mission. Whatever happened to Dr. Symes? Randolph Symes III notes indicate the existence of a private retreat owned by Symes. The Symes fam. Oh, my words today. A private retreat owned by the Symes family, used as a place of meditation and research. It may contain information that could help us understand what Symes was trying to achieve in his final days. We should send our operatives to investigate, and it's quite close by. Now, I would like to deal with that, but I certainly think before we do that, we want to get that assault rifle for our technician. So we will go ahead and do that. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that rifle, we'll go ahead and We want to do more area scans. Let's move over to this one over here because it's further away from where we did the last area scan. So we'll get an area scan started and we will explore the site.
Construction complete.
And we've got a village here that we can search. And that gives us 70 food. Excellent. How are we doing on that manufacturing? Only 2 hours left to go. We have completed the food production at the base, so we're now in a net positive. Is there anything else that we really want to build right now? I mean, I guess another research lab could be useful. There's nothing terribly urgent, so we will leave that for the time being. Right, let's just decide what we're going to do. Okay, I may save that Symes mission for later. Let's go and see if we can find another scavenging site, because it would be really nice if we could find one against the Pure. We've found a Phoenix base already. This one was quite close to us. You've located a Phoenix base and brought it back online. Excellent. Well, that's good. Let's have a look at the base info here. It's going to need a few repairs. Quite a few accessible slots here as well. Brilliant. We do have all that is needed to do these repairs. So let's go and start working on all of those. Well, that was nice. Let's go and explore this one then. And we have a new Jericho Haven. Okay, we'll attempt one more and then we'll go and do the Symes mission if this doesn't end up being a scavenging site for us. And it's another new Jericho Haven. So, the Symes mission it is. Our operatives have reached Randolph Symes III's private retreat, where we may be able to find additional information that may help us decipher his notes and make some sense of his activities. However, our scans indicate an enemy presence within the area. Oh well. Okay, so, Mark, why are you short of equipment? Because you don't have a grenade. Excellent. And then you have only a partially full mag. So you can see this on the icon. That it's red at the top because the mag is only partially full. So let's go ahead and take that away from you. And we're going to go and give you... Now, you're not proficient with it, but it's better than nothing. You can still shoot with it. Now you're over encumbered, which is a little bit annoying. We will take away the med kit for now. Or we could, I suppose, just go ahead and give you another point in strength. That might be slightly better to do. We'll give you another point in strength and then you can take the medkit with you. Excellent. Okay. We're as good to roll as we're going to be. Yep. I know you're not proficient. That's fine. Just do our very best not to get her killed. Keep her at the back. Having a weapon that you're not proficient with is better than having a weapon that doesn't have any ammunition. And unfortunately, we haven't found enough to be able to produce our own ammunition yet for that weapon. So we'll need to get some from New Jericho, and that might even happen when we do the New Jericho diplomatic mission. So here we are at the Symes retreat. It is a single building in the middle of the map. Now we do start rather clumped up together.
What's our plan?
So let's go and have a little look-see around the corners, see what we can find. Now, we know that we are going to be... we're going to see enemies here. It is going to happen. Okay, we haven't spotted anybody yet. It's probably prudent to try and let some of them come to us at the beginning.
Let's go.
Not sure why I did that in the order that I did, but I did, so there you go. And I think I'll actually use our... or at least use one of our assaults to enter the building. Now, our heavy is probably better for us to have at a high point on the map. So let's go and see if we can get you... Can't get you anywhere at the moment because you're actually stuck... Oh, wrong button. Can't get you anywhere at the moment because you're actually stuck under this roof. So we need to back out a little bit with our heavy so we can be a bit more useful. And we will have our technician We'll have our technician back up this assault. We'll have our sniper back up this assault. And hopefully everything will be okay. I think we'll just end the turn there. Our sniper can't do anything yet. We could have put the sniper on Overwatch, of course. Oh, we've got a Triton coming from right behind us. That's very, very sneaky. Not a fan. We have an Arthron coming from behind us as well. 2 Arthrons coming from behind us. Okay, so this one we're going to put some bullets into a tree. Fantastic. Now, you have a pincer and a grenade launcher. We're taking shots from that Triton. Okay, so they've all decided to turn up behind us. Very, very sneaky. And we've got another Triton here. Oh, wow. Okay. Right. Well, as our heavy doesn't really favour distance shots, let's take this one.
Threat eliminated.
There's one Triton dealt with. Nice and easy. Now, let's use our sniper to try and take out another one if we can. Okay, the Arthron isn't my primary concern. So let's try and go for the Triton, if possible.
Target hit.
Disabled his arm, caused a bleed. Can't do too much else there. Let's try and get you into cover.
Ready.
Don't like the fact that this... Right, so we've got another Triton around that corner as well, which is also problematic. So we might just want to get people into cover. We'll have you heal yourself up. You don't have enough action points. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. Okay, we won't have you heal yourself up. Now then, we do have an Arthron over in this direction.
Moving now.
Let's go move here for some hopeful cover.
Targeting.
And see if we can do anything. We might be able to get a kill here if we get really lucky. And we do. Excellent. That's one down. Good. Can't do too much else with our heavy right now. I don't really mind you being out in the open. Maybe you can tank a shot or two. Now, we do have these guys inside. Let's move you over here, because this is full cover. And we'll have you overwatch against this door, because he may come in here. That may be a thing that happens. Now, we're going to be really, really inaccurate with our technician, because we're not proficient with this weapon.
Targeting.
But we could gamble. Let's gamble. See, that was worth a gamble. A non-proficient weapon, and we got a kill. Can't really argue with those results. Okay, so we just have to hope that we don't get killed by that Triton. I'm a little bit worried about you. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move you indoors into full cover. And end the turn. Oh, wow, there's another one. Where did he come from? Now, he has a grenade launcher. Is he going to use it, or is he going to come in and try and melee us? And you're attacking my sniper. I do not appreciate that. These guys are sneaky. Right, you have opened the door. But you are shooting at my sniper. Leave my poor sniper alone. Right, you're walking inside. That's what I wanted you to do. Okay, we didn't get as much damage there as we wanted. Okay, this is going to be a little bit tricky. So you've gone inside. Okay, there's 2 enemies that we are aware of on the map. And they're both here. Did we not destroy this one? Yeah, you're still there. We are vaguely aware of you. But I can't see you right now. That makes life difficult. Okay, let us go and see if we can deal with these guys in here. Start off by using our technician, who's already proved that without a weapon that she's proficient with, she can do a lot of damage. Not as much this time around. Now, that Triton's the bigger risk. Can we hit both of them with a grenade? Are they both within a grenade range? Yes, they are. Well, that will kill off the Arthron. It won't do as much damage to the Triton as we'd hoped for. But we can still take a shot if we forgo healing on this turn. There we go. So that Triton's down. That's good for us as well. We've still got this guy in here. Who's this? This is Bright Shadow Wolf. You are going to heal yourself up. I'm just going to move you this way so you don't heal the... yeah. Right. Use medkit on yourself. You're back up to full health. Okay, so we've dealt with the two that are outdoors. Indoors, sorry. We know we've got one over here. Can't really move anywhere where I'm going to have a line of sight. Oh, no, we do. We do have a line of sight. Let's take the gamble. Behind the tree. And we were very wide, but at least we have uncovered him now. So there is a possibility that our sniper... We'll keep the sniper here in cover. And we'll see if we can get him with the sniper. Unfortunately, these things move around quite a lot, which is why we missed. So you may be wondering why we actually had him right in the crosshairs. Things do move. As you can see, the Triton actually flinches and ducks and dodges. He's not still. So the fact that he moved, he actually dodged the bullet. If we'd have fired a burst of rounds at him from a machine gun, we'd have had a higher chance of hitting him. But that single shot did, unfortunately, go wide. So everybody has now moved apart from this assault over here. Who we could dash with. We could definitely do something a little bit risky here to try and get rid of this Triton. And it might well be worth doing. Because the best Triton is a dead Triton. So let's go and get right in his face.
Steady.
And he is down. And that will give us some of that willpower back. Excellent. Let's end the turn. Instantly pass back to us, so it may well be that there are no further enemy forces on the map. So as we have our heavy selected, let's go ahead and use him to get up here onto the roof. Hopefully not run into any surprises. And then we can get him inside on the next turn and get the research. Now, it is still possible that there are some more enemies that are going to reinforce the map. So, we will get a few people.
I'm ready.
You can actually... You don't have a health kit.
Loud and clear.
So, we'll go and heal you with the technician. Or we could do a technician here. We'll just use this because we don't have the ability to reload the technician's arms right now. We haven't recovered 2 of them, so we can't backwards engineer them. I think we're probably okay. Let's just hit end of turn. The enemy phase is taking some time, so it is possible that there are still enemies on the map. And pick up the objective. There we go. Now we still have to secure it, so it looks like there are potentially still some enemies left on the map. Fine, okay. If that's the case, they're probably going to be around the other side. So let's proceed with caution. And we can get over there by getting... Right, yes, we've got one over here. We know exactly where you are now. That is good.
Right
so let's
there.
start heading around with some of our other soldiers.
What's our plan?
It could just end up running straight up the stairs. That's definitely a possibility. But at least we know where they are. There is a door here at the back.
What's our plan?
So you're going to go... Unfortunately, there isn't a great amount of good
Heading out.
cover here. But we are going to have you watching this door.
I got this covered.
We're not going to do anything further with the heavy. Not going to do anything further with the sniper. And you are also going to watch this door.
I'm on Overwatch.
Okay, let's end the turn and see what that last enemy decides to do. We'll run into our Overwatch, which is kind of what I was really hoping would happen. Down he goes. And that should be the mission completed. We healed everybody up before the end of the mission, so nobody is injured. And we got a level up on one of our assaults, on our heavy and our technician. Good stuff. Our operatives have retrieved a big batch of documents from the Symes retreat. These should allow us to better understand what Symes was doing and what he discovered. Let's analyze those documents. We have identified 3 key sites that Symes singled out as particularly relevant to his research into the history of the Phoenix Project and previous outbreaks of the unusual disease. Or unusual diseases. It is imperative that we send operatives to investigate these sites as soon as the strategic situation allows. Gives us 100 tech, 300 materials, and it adds 3 sites to the geoscape.
As the world fell apart around us, it was difficult not to feel guilty. Some chose to be proactive and fight, but not me. I came here instead. My best weapon is my mind, and I need silence to put it to work. The history of the Phoenix Project is a complex tapestry. In Russia, Turkey, Britain, Spain, not one unbroken lineage, but a tangle of organizations, each passing the torch to the next with only one goal: to protect the human race. But protect it from what? Did they know about the Pandoravirus? And if so, how? The answers are out there. So much has been investigated and collected and analyzed, but it's all scattered, lost. I don't know if it's possible to track it all down, but I have to try. There's only one thing I'm sure of. I can't stay here anymore.
Okay, there we go. Looks like we need a couple of medkits as well. Medkits are instant manufacturing, which is quite nice. As they are instant manufacturing, let us just go and get a few of them. They're very cheap to build, and you can never have enough medkits. So, on the geoscape, we now have some additional missions. Rise by Sin by Virtue 4, which is all the way over here in... Is that China? That's Korea. I think that's part of China. My geography is terrible, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that looks like China. And then we have Frozen, which is all the way up here near the Arctic Circle. And then we have Prisoner of Ice, which is interesting, considering that looks like it's in... What's that? Mexico? Yeah, okay. Well, we can't really reach any of those, not easily. We've got a little bit of exploration to do before we can get there. So we did manage to get through 2 missions in this video. I know some of you on previous ones had said that you wanted the videos to be a little bit longer, which is understandable because these campaigns can take quite some time. It may or not be a full campaign. Ideally, what we want to do with these videos is just sort of get into the DLC and see some of the stuff that we've got coming along there. And this series may actually evolve as we release more patches and more updates and additional content and more DLC. You know, anything where we don't necessarily have to restart right from the beginning, you'll get to see some extra stuff in here as well. But we're going to end it there for this video. When we come back next time, we'll start doing a little bit more exploration, see if we can find some more scavenging sites, and see if we can find the Pure and the Forsaken. So thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.